Well, hello karters. Welcome to another video. I'm your host, Ninshik, and today we're going to talk about a few things that kart has taught me over time. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with a big one, privilege. Karting has demonstrated to me just how fortunate I am to be able to spend time on something I love. The astonishing number of people that will never have the chance to throw themselves into a hobby is just heartbreaking. To invest time, energy, and resources into something purely for the joy and growth it brings is a privilege, and you must be acutely aware of it. This is a reminder that not everyone has the freedom or means to chase after personal passions, and this happens completely at random. Nobody chooses their parents, their hometown, or their country. It's surprisingly easy to take everything karting has given me for granted, but every session at the track is a gift. Appreciating the opportunity to spend time on something that fulfills you, challenges you, and makes you better, you gotta be thankful for it. A hobby adds richness to life, but it also offers a rare space for growth, joy, and personal connection. If you have a hobby that lights you up, take a moment to recognize how lucky and how privileged you are. Surrounding yourself with people you look up to, not because they're perfect, but because they're really good at what they do. This is pretty important. No one's flawless, and that's exactly what makes these people so inspiring. They bring skill, experience, and drive to the table, even if they've got their own quirks and imperfections. Watching them approach each challenge with focus and confidence, despite their own ups and downs, reminds me that the real mastery isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and continuously pushing to improve. When you spend time around people you admire, your perspective and outlook on things, it changes. You see firsthand that even the most skilled professional people make mistakes, learn, and they keep moving forward. These people don't just make you want to get better, they show you that it's okay to have flaws while being excellent at something. They prove that you don't need to have it all figured out to make an impact. You just need to keep learning. Being around people who are both talented and real inspires me to set higher standards, accept my own imperfections, focus on what I need to improve, and draw a better picture of what success looks like. Elect to surround yourself with those who are great at what they do, even if they're not perfect, because they will help you become the best version of yourself. Karting has taught me that you can't just show up one day, expect to crush your best lap time, and go home a hero. It takes showing up week after week, focusing on the little things that add up over time. Hopes of improving one's time drastically after one big session are futile. Progress comes in small chunks, and that is totally okay. Whether it's life, work, or a hobby, patience and sticking with it are what really make the difference. In karting, you can't control the weather, the rain, if it's sunny, foggy, if the track is damp or dry, particularly in rental karting. Other than your seating position, there's absolutely nothing you can control. You play the hand that you're dealt, and that's okay. What you can control is how you approach each lap, how you react to what's happening, how you adjust. Same thing with life. We spend so much time stressing about things we can't change, but focusing on our own effort, our mindset, and what we can actually influence is the key to real progress, on and off the track. Sure, putting in a single killer lap feels amazing, and having those taps in the bag, they do feel great. But karting is about more than just that one magic moment. It's about being able to string together consistently good laps. 15 laps within 1/10 of a second off each other, that's what I'm talking about. In life, consistency wins over bursts of enthusiasm. Whether you're trying to get fitter, improve at a skill, or advance your career, it's the little daily actions that really compound over time. Small, steady steps get you a lot further than trying to sprint every once in a while. On being ready to adapt or stagnate endlessly, and the notion of accountability, no two karting sessions are ever the same. One day there's more grip because it's warmer, another day you're getting a different kart and it underperforms because tire pressure is not where you want it to be. There's always that random variable, and that is okay. No two sessions are the same, and that is awesome. You have to be able to read the situation and adapt on the fly. In life, things rarely go as planned, and the ability to adjust your approach, whether it's at work, in relationships, or chasing personal goals, makes you or breaks you. Flexibility is often underrated, but karting taught me it's key to handling whatever gets thrown at you. Karting has also taught me a fair amount about personal accountability. Whether you're out on the track, there's no one else to blame for your mistakes, your conduct, your racing etiquette, missing an apex, braking too late. It's on you to deal with the consequences of your own actions. There's no hiding from the chrono, and that's an important lesson. It forces you to take responsibility for your actions, decisions, and ultimately the results. This has influenced how I approach life outside of karting. In everyday life, it's easy to find excuses when things don't go our way, blaming circumstances, other people, or just bad luck. Karting has a tendency to strip all of that away, especially with a coach like Domingos Machado or people like Alan Huang. It's just you and your ability to take ownership of whatever happens out there. If you want to improve, you have to own your mistakes, learn from them, and bounce back stronger. This sense of accountability has made me more honest with myself. I've realized that in order to grow, both on and off the track, I must own my journey. Although there are external factors constantly at play, accountability is about recognizing that the only person responsible for your personal progress is, well, that is you, my friend. Preparation is always half of the battle. I'm big on reviewing my session data, analyzing laps, checking out video footage. It helps me understand where I can improve. The prep work does pay off when I see those improvements in real time. This applies to just about everything, whether it's preparing for a campaign, tackling a project, planning improvements. The more groundwork you lay, the smoother things will go. The effort you put in beforehand sets you up for success 110% of the time. Failure is just a part of it. Not every lap is a record breaker, and not every session feels like a win. I've had plenty of days where I wasn't hitting the times I wanted, and it can be frustrating. Those days are an integral part of the journey. The failures teach you just as much as the wins do, or at least they should. I lived long enough to understand and appreciate that mistakes and setbacks aren't things to fear. They are stepping stones. Each one gives you the chance to learn something new, get better, come back stronger, but most importantly, become a better version of you. Embrace failure. Fail often. Fail fast. Learn faster. That is a Mean Chic top tip for you right there. Tiny gains add up, or on how to celebrate progress and not perfection. I remember the days I shaved just 1/100th of a second off my best time, and I'm taken in by an overwhelming sense of achievement. Those small gains feel amazing because you know the work that went into them. Life is just like that. Small improvements, whether in your skills, your habits, or your mindset, they can have a massive impact over time. Don't discount the little victories. They add up to something big. They always do. And I've come to realize that it's not about hitting the perfect lap. It's about seeing the progress done over time. Those tiny improvements, like knocking off a few tenths, hundredths, or thousandths of a second sometimes, they are worth celebrating. We can sometimes be so focused on a perfect end-game destination that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. Recognize the growth, even if it's incremental, and enjoy the journey as much as the results. Easier said than done, but yeah, hey, it's a process, and this is a YouTube video, so listen to my words, don't look at what I do. Mindset is more important than gear. Sure, having great karting gear helps, but karting has shown me that the real difference comes from how you think, how you react, and how you adapt. It's not about having the best equipment, it's about getting the best of whatever you have. In life too, we often get caught up in what we don't have instead of focusing on how we can make the most of what we do have and what we can do and what is within our reach. Your attitude and mental approach matter more than any fancy tool or advantage. The mythical unfair advantage, it starts with you. In karting, if you push too hard into a corner, you'll understeer, oversteer, all sorts of steer. The result is lost time or, in a few cases, more dire consequences. Alternatively, if you go too slow, you're wasting potential. It's a constant balancing act between speed and control. Life is the same. Whether it's your career, your personal goals, your relationships, you need to find that sweet spot between going full throttle and keeping things steady. Push yourself, but don't lose control in the process. I like to say that life provides you with a moment of pause when you are at the edge of grip. It's when I feel that pause that I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is okay. I'm okay. It'll be okay. You'll meet a bunch of interesting people. Variety is the spice of life, and that is very true in karting. It's not just about the racing, it's about the shared experience that brings together people from all sorts of walks of life. Everyone comes with their own story, different backgrounds, jobs, and experiences, and that makes it so much rewarding. You'll find yourself chatting with someone who might have a completely different life outside the track, but in that moment, you're both just there for the love of driving around the track on a tiny vehicle. The diversity of perspectives, approaches, and insights not only makes karting more fun, but it also opens you up to new ways of thinking and new friendships that you never thought you would have. Okay, so this is a big one. The joy of being surpassed by the people I love the most. There's nothing better than sharing something you love with your kids, but an even bigger joy comes from seeing them get better than you at it. Karting with my kids has been one of the most rewarding parts of my life. Not just because it's fun to spend time together, but because I get to watch them grow and improve in ways that are beyond anything I could have imagined. Seeing them pick up the skills faster than I ever did and start to leave me behind on the track is humbling and exhilarating at the same time. Karting hasn't become our shared passion. I think they do it because I like it. But it has turned, however, into a space where I can step back and cheer them on as they push past my own limits. Watching their skills surpass mine fills me with more pride than any lap I've ever set. There's something magical about seeing my kids excel at something I love. One of the things I've come to appreciate most about karting is how it pulls me into a state of complete focus and awareness. When I'm out on the track, everything else fades away. I am able to shut down distractions, stress, or overthinking. It's just me, the kart, the state of constantly being on the limit of grip, and the next corner. That intense focus allows me to be fully present in the moment, almost like a form of mindfulness. Every lap feels like meditation in motion, where I'm constantly aware of my surroundings, my actions, and the feel of the kart under me. I can feel the past, the present, and the future in the same moment. I am in tune with the universe, and it's pretty awesome. There's something about this state of flow that is incredibly freeing. Karting takes me to a place where I can tune out the noise and just exist in the pure joy of the experience. It elevates me mentally, leaving me feeling refreshed and clear-headed after every session. It becomes more than just a hobby. It's a way to maintain my mental health, giving me a space where I can reset, find balance, and come away feeling more centered and energized. The overwhelming, chaotic orchestra of noise, G-forces pushing you around, the feel of grip changing in the tarmac that karting is, has become a crucial outlet for me, a way to manage stress and stay grounded. The track will always gift you with a wide array of unpredictable challenges, but it's also where it'll gift you with a peace when you solve the aforementioned challenges. It doesn't need to be karting, but be sure to find something that does all of the above for you. Okay, I deliberately left this to the end. It's not about competing with others. It's about self-improvement. At least for me. Karting has never been about beating the other drivers. It's always been about improving the person I was a lap ago. Sure, there's thrills to be found competing, but for me, karting is all about self-improvement. Every time I get out on the track, I'm racing against my own best time, refining my own skills and pushing myself to be better than I was last time. The real satisfaction comes from knowing that I'm improving no matter what the leaderboard says. It's the tiny adjustments I make, the way I handle a tricky corner better than before, or how I find that 1,000th of a second in a sector where I've struggled before. Karting has taught me that the only race that truly matters is the one you're running against yourself. The journey of becoming better, little by little, lap by lap, is what keeps me coming back to karting. If I see someone being better than me, I ask questions. I evaluate how I can transpose what I'm seeing to my skill set. If someone asks me how I'm doing stuff because they believe I'm better, I provide feedback, commentary, so that we can all improve. Sharing is caring, guys. Come on. In life, it's easy to get caught up comparing ourselves to others. Karting is a present reminder that real growth happens when we focus on our own path. Competing with others can be motivating for some, sure, but the deeper reward comes from knowing that I'm making progress on my own terms.
And there you go, karters. Those are a few things that karting has taught me over time. Let me know your comments down below. I would love to read your thoughts and interact with each and one of you. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help. And I will catch you in the next one.